What's up, everybody? Here we are back at Shaver Customs. On this episode, if I could talk, I tell you, we're gonna get back on the cutlass, 82 cutlass drag car project out here. Mr. Chevelle. We're also grilling too. But last time, if you were following along, got some electrical buttoned up. So I put the cap and rotor back on. Still gotta hook the training cooler up. But this is what came out of the fuel cell after sitting overnight. Some pretty nice stuff. So we'll give that a nice flushing. We're pretty close to running actually, so I'll probably unhook the fuel line at the fuel cell there and drop it down into a tank of fresh gas and just run that pump. Because I want to see what the pressure was set at. You know, obviously put a little extension on here. Just going to hook it up. It should go to the firewall. I'm up and over, but you know, we're just going to stick it up and over there for now. But yeah, I got the headers on. Found power for the fans. Still got to hook those up. Get the cap and rotor back on, but we got the distributor lined up. Close enough, right? Yeah, we're gonna go get some fuel and we'll be back. Yeah, now we're back. Got some fresh gas. Got some stuff laid out. Got to do. I'm gonna turn the fuel pump on and pump out some more fuel. Be nice if that fuel gauge works, but I'm not gonna count on it. Do some plug wires. I got the plug out. We're gonna fire it around. Make sure it's top dead center. Put you guys down, see if you can. Y'all make sure you pay attention to that. It's gonna fill up real quick on me. I almost forgot. We gotta put some gas in it first. Still gotta get a lid. We did kind of make one for now. A little whipped cream action. See if I can do this one-handed. Throw some fuel in here, flush some out. Hopefully the fuel cell is still good. Alright, there's a couple gallons. We'll put our lid back on. Temporary, of course. Secondary lid. Other lid. Make sure it's on. Get a nice look at it. Miss Malibu and Chevelle hanging out with me. Huh. Alright, let's try that again. Hopefully it don't fall. Like I said, watch the bottle. You want to get in the car? All ready? I didn't hear you. Is it full? Oh, yeah. Man, she fills up quick. I'm about to force feed that Edelbrock. The old Edel broken. That looks a lot better though. It's not a Corona, don't drink it. Alrighty. Well, that means we can move on to filter. Of course, I didn't see if that would work, but it's kind of hard to do while I'm over here, right? Yeah, let me recycle this gas. I'm gonna throw some spark plugs and stuff at it here at top dead center. Of course, that's just gonna continue to leak. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this little guy off. I want to put a little longer one on there. You know, later on I'd like to maybe redo this and have it come up over and in or something, but for right now we're just gonna add a little length to this, because I'm sure when I put the filter back on it's gonna have to be like right here. Got another piece of hose here. Actually, I just grabbed the same line. Grab the other piece of hose. Sometimes you want to clock these hose clamps. You know, sometimes you can put it this way, sometimes this way, which is okay too if you got a shorter one. Because sometimes when you go upwards with it, this thing likes to come up and over. Yeah, we should be able to get this fired up today. Got the yoke ordered, the U-joint order for the drive shaft. That should be here next week. Get it running, means we can get it mobile. Means one step closer to maybe getting the Butler. Take it down to the drags. Make sure you're going the right way. I like these over the glass ones because, you know, I mean, this can still melt too, obviously, but the glass will break. Plus, you can see it. I'll drop that one. Great. Get another hose clamp. Alright, got another one. I'm gonna button this up and then I'll be back when we're putting plug wires on, because this is just the boring stuff, right? Alright, there she is, just free flow in. It's temporary. One day I'll, you know, rearrange it, but it's up away from the header. Hopefully it'll clear the air cleaner. Let's check that right now. If not, I'm sure it'll just push it down a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. I think that'll work for now. Go ahead and run some spark plug wires. Oh, actually I'm gonna bump her over to top dead center. We're gonna see how close this is. It actually has marks on it. And then there's marks on that harmonic balancer cover, so go ahead and bump that over. I got the plug out. See if we can't get that closer. Here we are, got our lovely assistants in the car to help.
Hey!
Hey! See if you can even still see it. Hopefully it don't fall. Basically just stick your finger down the hole and have somebody bump it. Bump it. Oh wow, already right there. Alright, we're gonna go one revolution around, so go ahead and bump it. Bump it. Bump it. Bump it. Again. 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 Right there, and we went past it. So we're gonna do it again. Crank it a minute, like a second. Yep, bump it, quick bump, right there. All right, that's close enough, and then we can get down in here and try to see what we're at. I gotta get some light down in there, and I can turn it over by hand. Alright, there we go. We have found top dead center. Now the numbers are kind of worn off here, so I put some yellow marker on the front here. But this is DC. We can get down in there, but as you can see, it's pretty much right on 0. And if you look, so basically you're going to want to be, you don't want to be lined up. It's pretty decent. Could be, maybe over here, but that's okay. We're going to run with it. I ran before. What I am going to do is mark, just to kind of make it easier. Get this cap off. Where in relation the rotor is with the housing. It's going to be right up there. So that way when I put the cap over and it completely covers it and I can't see it, you guys will be like, ah! We'll be back when we get the cap on. Alright, we got the cap on. I actually wound up having to move the mark over here when it was lined up, and then when I turned the distributor about where I want that, moved it over, but makes this one number 1. So we'll go ahead and throw some wires on there. Maybe throw some fuel at it. I gotta throw some clamps on the Trini lines that are just returned back into themselves for now. We'll just see if it'll crank up. Maybe I'll put some water in it first. Yeah, we'll get some water in it too, and then we'll crank on it. Go ahead and throw the spark plug back in. Oh yeah, you can also stick if you're nice and gentle about it, a screwdriver or something thin in there, and you can actually feel the piston going up. When you're turning the crank by hand, or with a wrench. Alright, what's going on here? Oh, and then you run into these ones. Can't get the ratchet on it. Just grab a wrench, put it on the end. Get 13 or 3/4, not 13. And then do it one-handed. Hold your finger on there. And, yeah, tight is tight, too tight's broken. All right, Kenzie. And now we'll just put the spark plug wires on, following the firing order. Small black Chevy, 184365572, 13572, 2468. All right, there we have it. We got the plug wires on. Hopefully, on the right ones. We got to relocate our power. Found our tack too. Pretty sure it's a tack, but this ain't gonna fit, so I'm gonna nip that off, put a different one on. This was our 12 volt from the toggles inside. So we can go ahead and hook this up. We already tested this off camera. It's got power. Just make sure you put it in the right one. Kind of going blind, so it's mostly by feel. Alright. I'll just go ahead and clip this off. It's been tied into 15 times. And shorten it. I'm going to put a butt connector on here. Getting ready to throw some water in here. Gotta get an overflow container still. Got the perfect quick clamps on there for the training lines to the loop back into itself. Temporary. But also, I didn't have a block off plate, so I just popped off my fuel pump and the whole plate, and then I just took the rod out, bolted it back up. Should keep it from leaking, and this isn't going to be pumping, so should save that in case this doesn't work. But we got power to it. We got, I'm thinking, tack. I'm gonna go ahead and get some water. Dump some water in it. Check for leaks. We'll power up the fuel pump again. Also check for leaks. See what it looks like in there, and then see if she cranks. See if I can do this one-handed. Didn't miss a drop. Hot rod. Hot. Of course, it's just water. I mean, I don't really recommend using water, but it's going to be temporary. No sense of putting antifreeze in it if, you know, the radiator leaks or, you know, something else is going to leak. She's thirsty. Yeah. Hopefully that's just from me spilling it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just from you.
Because the radiator looks to be fairly new, so. But for some reason I noticed, I mean, I guess it works. They epoxied the fan shroud to the radiator. On both sides, it's kind of different. Well, I don't see any leaks on the water side yet. That's just under 2 gallons. It's going to want more than that. But I'll have to get it running. Yeah, let me check this fuel. I'm going to prime it up for a second and we'll check for leaks. Oh, I gotta turn the power on me. Try that again.
Do you want the gas thing capped off? The thing we put in last night?
I'm not worried about it right this second, but it didn't sound like it was really pulling anything. Didn't feel like it was pulling any. Doesn't sound like it is either. It's definitely got a couple gallons in there. It was working. Oh. Might have to wind up taking that filter off. Making a gas mess. Well, we got some. Yeah, just didn't let it run long enough to get all the air out of it. Oh, I think we might be almost ready to pop it off. Alright, so we have part of the distributor. It's mostly set up timing wise. Set top dead center. Fuel is turned on. It did prime up. Doesn't appear to be leaking. Doesn't appear to be any water leaking. I think I'm gonna hop in and try to see if it'll fire. We got some fuel. Of course, it's open headers. I don't have the yoke yet either for the transmission, so I won't be able to drive it yet, but Alright, we got ignition. I don't have the fans hooked up, so fuel. Let that prime up for a second, and okay. Put the Jeep on the battery. One more timing at it. Less timing at it. Actually, I'll throw a bunch more. I might wind up having to turn those one click over. Losing battery too. Should have hooked up. Can't imagine it'd be that far over there. Because it was. If that's the case, we're definitely gonna redo the wires. Out of battery. Alright, we're gonna throw the Jeep on it, let it charge up for a little while, and we'll be back. We're getting close. Alright, we got the Jeep on it, charging. We got 13 plus. I'm gonna charge up for a second. But yeah, I might wind up having to jump that to 1, which I usually do, but it looked like it wanted that one. But I think it wants to be too far that way, so worst case we just pop all the plug wires off or pop them off there and then just make this one 1 so that we're not so far over. We'll see after I get some juice to it, see if we can get it to start. This is one of them laugh at yourself moments. So I've been, cranking on it, twisting and turning, and I'm like, oh, what's going on, man? It's got power to it, why isn't it popping off? I got fuel. Well, my meat-headed self left the distributor unhooked. So let's hook this up and try it again. Can't make this shit up. Trying to do this one-handed too. Come on now. Yeah, man. Going you home. There you go. I unhooked this too because it didn't seem to be operating the tack, but all right, let's try it now. Now that I got to laugh at myself, y'all can laugh with me, laugh at me. Oh, all right, we got ignition, fuel pump. She's already primed, so I don't really want to run that until after it starts. We're building oil pressure. Alright, we got power, so let's throw some timing at it. So it's plugged in now, so this still might be off. Ignition's on. No. Alright, let's go the other way. We'll go a little farther. Why not, right? Just make some noise. You can tell if we're getting closer. Alright, how about this way? I mean, that plug only goes in one way, so. I mean, it's making a little noise. Ignition's still on. Come on, old girl. Oh, we got something.
We're almost there.
Alright, let's time it. Let's back it off. They're getting fuel, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Doesn't help I flooded it earlier, too. Alright, ignition. She made some noise. Hey, girl. Took a little back out of it. A little fuel action. We're getting close. Should at least make a noise now. She's talking.
It's coming up through here too.
What?
It's actually working now.
Oh, we got a nice fuel leak too. Let's get that tray under there. The catch can right there. See, this is the stuff we want to look for.
Lander.
Especially fuel. Oh. Yeah, leaking right out of this setup. Lines could be loose, but I don't have another regulator either to bypass. Alright. Fuel looks a little cleaner, but let's just keep an eye on that leak. I'll leave the pump off. Alright, a little more timing out there.
So close.
Doesn't help that's fresh gas down in there too, and we drained out a couple gallons. Is it pumping fuel? Is it leaking? No. Alright, watch your face. I should. Maybe I'll have you hop in there and crank it. Yeah. Again. Alright, hold on. Again. Alright, again. I mean, it's firing. I don't think it likes to have fuel. We're not really getting a lot of pressure right now either, so. Hell yeah. Getting there. I don't have a return spring on the throttle. Sounds a little rough, but Ah, it lives.
Ooh, stinky.
Got some fuel leaks. New headers are gonna cook. Probably some oil and stuff up top. How's the water? Did that go down at all?
No, but it's...
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'll just have to delete on this for now. I think the foam in the fuel cell wound up going down and clogging the pump. But it doesn't help it's leaking either. But some little black, looks like foam maybe. Maybe it's not, but carburetor could probably use a cleaning too. I do got a Holly I could always throw on there. But it runs. Gotta get it charging. Water's nice and brown already. Well, she lives. We're getting there. So yeah, that whole time earlier when I'm turning this thing back and forth, chasing dreams, wondering why it wouldn't start, I just didn't have that hooked in. Meathead. So now we're getting closer. We'll go ahead and detune the carbonator. Let's see if it's still at stock setting anyway. Oh no. So I just go 1, 2 and a half. You can do it however you want to, right? 1, 2. That's probably too much, but you know, of course the choke's just wide open. She was on the retired one day coming back out race car. Was never a race car, always a street car. But that carb was on it. This one actually came with the Holly. Well, we'll see how this one works. If it doesn't want to come back around, I'll put the Holly on it. I'm not that picky. If the Holly doesn't want to work, I'll take it off, throw it in the trash. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I just didn't have the power hooked up. Or the coil hooked up. Kenzie. So I think we're gonna wind up ending on this one just because it's running. We still got a boatload of stuff to do, and me and the girls got a date with the town carnival, so, and my dad's birthday, so we're gonna button it up for today. But yeah, if you want to take the fuel rod out, put the pump back in, that'll work for a block off plate if you ain't got one. But I'm gonna fire it up one last time, and you know, we got so much to do still. Still waiting on the drive shaft, the yoke. I did get the fuel line fixed, the leak. It was actually loose. The gauge is not working, unfortunately, so I'm not sure what the pressure's at yet. Could be still too high. The car did have like a 388, some kind of stroker dart motor in it. But, you know, we'll go ahead and fire. I guess Kenzie's going to fire it up, and we'll do one last little.
What do I turn on?
And turn on the ignition. Hot and fresh out the kitchen.
Yep.
And turn on the fuel.
Fuel.
One that says fuel, yeah. And then turn the key. Try it again. Again. Turn the idle up. There's no spring on it. Brought the old drag car back to life. Kenzie's happy. Turn the ignition and the fuel off. Yeah. Sweet. It's gonna smoke. It's got new headers. A bunch of stuff's gonna burn off. I gotta get a spring on the carbonator. Pull that back so I can adjust it. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to go down to the carnival and have some fun. Maybe tomorrow we'll be back at it. Do some more wiring. Gotta rig up some kind of exhaust because it's open headers and it's a little too loud. I know. It's supposed to be a drag car. But yeah, hey, make sure y'all follow along, and we're gonna keep plucking away at this 82 Cutlass. We're gonna bring it back to life. Hopefully by next week we'll be driving it. Hey, thanks y'all.